Yo guys, what is happening with Multiple Games, and welcome to another episode of our Minecraft City Let's Play series. I'm pretty excited here because we're back in the downtown area for today, and I'm ready to get some work going on here. I did work a little bit on the mall, and we're actually going to head over there right now first. Whoa, just sneak peek a little bit of stuff. We're going to head over there first and check it out, but I have been playing this world quite a bit now. I got a little bit more time on my hands, so I have been trying to, get a little bit done. But I wanted to show you what I did with the mall. I didn't do too much. Don't get too excited. It's not that much. In fact, I can barely remember what I did. But what I'm happy to say is that we are going to be, or happy, and you might be happy, but you might not be happy about it. But we're going to be ending the mall mini-series where we had it at. We're going to be going back to the regular city series. It was a fun little project, but for the most part, it's finished. It's just a matter of me adding stores, which then means that I need to do a bunch of boring stuff and just detailing, and that can happen off camera. I did add the floor in though. That's what I wanted to share. I added the quartz floor. I think it looks pretty good. We got a fountain. I think I added that as well, and this nice little dome area, which I believe we built on camera. We did, and then I still got to fix up some of these stores and whatnot. But for the most part, the mall is looking pretty good here. The Apple store, which we built last video, is in here and looking pretty good as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy overall with how the whole mall turned out. And again, from the top, it looks pretty good as well. I think there might be a couple things I might change or fix up, but for the most part, it looks like a shopping mall. So I think we did a pretty good job there. But I have been in the skyscraper mood lately, and I really want to go downtown and see if we can start building some more skyscrapers. You guys probably don't even remember this place. It's been so long, but we are back downtown. This is the first little area that we had started working on. And what do we have down here? We have the hotel, the retro or the vintage hotel right here. I will be trying to make a map at some point to make this a little bit easier to follow. These are some of the original buildings that we put in. If we keep moving down here, we have this. This was an on-camera office building, I believe, or a hotel. That's kind of like an older style. This one we did recently as well. The fire station's down here as well as the parking garage, and we did do this row building, I believe, on camera as well. Heading down here, though, is where I've added a few new things, and one of them being a big building off to the right here. And this is sort of the first of the really big skyscrapers that we have in the world. It is definitely a big building. We got a couple of other new buildings here, which I'm going to show you in a second. But this one is big. I mean, it's a tall building. I try to make it look really secured structurally, but it kind of looks like a big modern tech building of some sort. I am a fan of it. I'm not sure. The scale might be a little bit too big, or something's throwing me off a little bit about it. But I do like it. I really do. I don't know. I think it's probably fine as it is, but I might have to make some adjustments to it in the future. Of course, over here we have our Grand Central Station, which is slowly becoming closer and closer to the city. When we started this thing, it was like way out of the way of the rest of the buildings, and now we've built right up to it. This one over here is the hotel, of course, which you guys may or may not have seen, but I have, I think, showed this one before as well. It's right, attached into the Grand Central Station. What have I been working on today? I've been working on this building right here, which is kind of a fun one. This is like more of a modern office building. I really like how this one looks, and it's on top of like a pizzeria, which I'll explain here in a second. This is kind of a more interesting modern building. Not sure if I'm a big fan of it, but it does kind of come out with this cool design, so it's pretty cool. This is the port that's going to be going in here. Over here is like a cool little restaurant that I added that's going to be like a balcony. The orange is kind of a lot to handle, but I don't know. I think if you get used to it, it's kind of like fun. Think of it as like like a university color or like a fun modern color. It kind of works. So we have that restaurant down there and that base for that building, which looks pretty good. And I also put this little granite building up because I needed to fill the space in here. And that's about all that's there for. The subway entrance is right here, and we can actually enter into the subway station, which is awesome. So that's, right around here as well. But yeah, those are all the new builds that I've been working on off camera, and today we're going to put one right here. The whole idea of this area of town, I was thinking about it because we have this big, huge lot. I want to call it the village, and the reason for that is because I want to have a little pathway, like a walkway that goes down the middle here, maybe all lit up nicely. It's like a cool, nightlife kind of place. And we're going to have a bunch of little restaurants and stores that kind of go and kind of line it with these kind of like mini towers on the top of them. And I think it's going to be really cool. Now, we do not have a lot of space to do that, so it makes it a little bit challenging. But I've tried to make the outside walkways a little bit narrower here, which, to be honest, I'm not a super big fan of. Probably should have just made the the pathway, or you know what I mean, the polished andesite area here a little bit wider. But let's see how much room we have to work with if we were to go from here. And let's say that we left, I want to leave minimum 4, but probably 5. Let's say we leave that. And we do like a 3 wide design. Where does that take us to? I'm still comfortable. I want to leave about that much room minimum. That gives us 4 of those. Okay, you know what? It's not amazing, but it's also not horrible. And then we're going to get this cool little walkway going on in here. So yeah, let's get started. Let's go over to some bricks, which actually I already have in my inventory, and then we want to grab some smooth stone. Would be cool. I'm thinking like there's so many cool colors to work with. This clay works well, quartz works well, but I'm thinking that maybe we just go for some good old bricks and smooth stone. Although I should add a little bit of detail with maybe that brick, or you know what? Do they have these smooth stone but in a stair? Have they added that yet? No, they haven't. Okay, well, yeah, polished andesite should actually do the job for this, I think. Let's go ahead and do that. So what's the next thing here? I want to add kind of like a bricks and beam feeling building on the end here. And again, we are going to be pretty limited for space with this one, but that's okay. I think we're going to make it work. This was supposed to be just another tight, compact area full of skyscrapers, which is why I didn't leave room for this. If I was thinking ahead, I would have actually left some, some more room for this. I still think we're going to be able to make it work, though, and you'll see kind of how here. All right, this thing looks like so tiny. Maybe we do... Oh, but I want the big windows. Oh, boy. All right, you know what? We're just going to go for it. It's a really small build. It's going to look way out of scale to this one right next to it. But, whatever. Okay. So what I'm thinking, in fact, we could just make this like a little tiny building on the end. Why don't we just do that? Well, I mean, that's not going to be much of a video. Well, no, you know what? We'll detail it. We're going to make this look really good. These videos just, compiled of me going along and figuring out how to build things. Gray? Sure. This makes it look like a modern brick building, which is kind of cool. We do something like this on the top. We do a little design up here. I don't know what I was doing with these bricks up here, but that did not look very good. What if I'm just trying to think about adding a little bit more detail here? What if I went with like some quartz and ran it along the top? How do we feel about that? That's kind of weird. Okay, you know what? We had it really good before, and then I kind of ruined it, and now it is back to being good. Yeah, this should be good. So these would be like, nice little restaurants that you might find downtown. The issue is just that they're so tight together. They're going to be all really small. But anyway, I think it's going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could go 6, but I think we want to kind of off-center them, so I'll just do 5 here in this case. And we might work on another little thing today because this is not going to take up all of our time. However, this is looking pretty good. I mean, this is like the super cool kind of like cultured area of town where you go to like try cool foods. And like I just had a cool idea for a building, which we might actually even build today if we have time, that we could build right behind this thing. And I want to try it. Anyway, for right now, let's just clone it over here like so. This is about how easy it is to build these little tiny builds, which is why I don't do a lot of them. Just because it kind of gets, a little bit boring. But I like doing them with a little bit more detail at least. This one has like a little cool bit of detail that we're adding to it. And it's, it's necessary. It's necessary to have some smaller builds like this. This is probably going to be the lowest density build in the city. But anyway, it's going to work. Okay, let's go ahead now and just add this thing around the outside of it. And then we will put a roof on it. Maybe add some flooring on the inside. Some windows, obviously. And then we're going to move on to another idea, which I have. This is probably like a cool little restaurant or bar that's in town, whatever. But I think it's going to work out pretty well. I like to, add a little bit of character to the city, add a little bit of story and whatnot. I think this might be a great place to start when we start doing that kind of stuff. I sort of started in the other area of town. I don't know if you guys really saw, but I started adding all those little, just like street lights and little like signs and stuff. Oh, I did white concrete because I was talking to you guys and wasn't paying attention. But yeah, when we started adding all that little stuff, it was kind of fun because it kind of really made it feel realistic. So I'm liking that, and we're going to have to do some more of it. Let's replace this with, replace the black concrete with that, please. Okay. Clearly that's not the first time that I've put the wrong block in. Managed to figure out the command to get rid of it all, which is helpful. There we go. Okay, finally, any sort of brick building that I ever do almost always has spruce planks. And then exact same thing kind of for the roof, probably. And that is pretty much it. I think we're good. So I'm liking that. I might go add some beams, actually. And in fact, we should do that. Question is, should we raise the roof one more, or should we make it? No, that's a good height. I know we'll raise it one. Hold on. We'll go 73 as spruce. That's better. And then we can add in some nice little wood decor. Now I'm just adding some dark wood kind of beams going across the building, kind of adding a nice little detail on the inside. Nice. I'm liking that. Looks pretty good. And I think this building will be done for now. So now that we have that in, let's go ahead here and start on another little build. This one's going to be another nice little small tower. We're going to be doing the exact same sort of layout / outline here, except on the outside it is going to be a little bit bigger, not too much bigger, but that's probably about how big it's going to be. And then what we're going to do though is go out one more into here. However, the one out here is not going to have the full height of the other one, so this one's just going to sort of go like this. Then this one's going to have these kind of 5 wide entrances out here, and then the base is going to do something like that, but this is all going to be part of the walkway still. Like, you're just going to be able to walk under it, and it kind of is going to give off a really cool feel, I think. So I'm just going to go along now and fill up all these columns, put a nice little roof on here or ceiling, and now we're going to do one on the ground. And for a little bit of detail, maybe we'll do some quartz blocks here on the inside. All right, now it's simply a matter of adding some like structural looking supports here. And now we can build a mini tower. And by mini tower, like there are a lot of small buildings in realistic cities. Like this is all in a effort of being realism, or in an effort of being realism. This is all an effort of keeping things realistic, and I think it's gonna work. Let's go cyan, or maybe just regular blue. Or not concrete. Stop putting blue concrete in everywhere. Let's keep, and then that should kind of do the trick. And then what I'm thinking we could do with this one is maybe to add a little bit more detail. Go around with something to add some detail. I'm just trying to figure out what. I feel like that's way too conventional of a look. This might just do like that. I don't know. It's kind of like if you add too much detail sometimes to these, they kind of look a little bit ridiculous. I don't want to copy the one right beside us either. You know what? I'm doing it anyway. Whatever. I don't even care about copying the one beside us. We're just going to go ahead and do this kind of thing. And I think it'll look good. Because they are still completely different buildings, which is good. And that's what we're doing, right? 3 or 2? How do we get to 2? Oh boy, if this lines up, I'm going to be very surprised. No, of course it doesn't. Why is this 2 over here? This is a really bad idea. Wow, numbers are not working out for me today. Hold on. Okay, I got into work. All right, that's good. And this side's going to be a lot easier because we just follow the same pattern. Did I mention that this was a pain to do yet? It's okay, though. We'll figure it out. No worries. Put a couple lights on the inside for good effect. You know, like the old fire on a stick in the super modern building. Totally makes sense, but we don't have any more light options. Okay, cool. And then we're going to go over here. And what we're going to do, I don't think you can even use hash slabs to do this. I think we have to go on a regular one. We're going to clone it up. And just like that, we are done. And just like that, I messed up the build. And just like that, I fixed the build. All right. So that is our little build done there. You know what's kind of cool, though, because it does make it look like they're all from the same sort of developer. And this is just one big development. Yeah, I do like that size, and it's a nice little office building. We are going to add some bigger ones probably as we get closer to the end of this thing. But that's pretty good so far. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now, of course, the idea is that you can still walk under here. I'm going to probably open it up a little bit more here. But yeah, we want to have some sort of like walkway area through here. Just realized we left the top kind of undone here. All right, so we will leave that there for today, but I think we did turn out pretty well here. We've got a good start to my little weird project, but you know what? This is going to work out. Trust me, guys. This is going to be like the coolest area in town when it's all done, hopefully. Maybe not. I really don't think I left enough space for this, but anyway, we'll see what we can do. Anyway, we are going to end it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy these 2 little fun builds, please don't forget to, I don't know, leave a like, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if you have any suggestions for future builds. I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, leave a like on the video, subscribe. I will see you guys all in the next one.